Saturday sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. It is always exciting to see the very best the NFL has to offer all in one place. And we have that here this afternoon as we welcome you to Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. The best players the NFL has to offer on one stage. The AFC-NFC Pro Bowl underway here in Vegas. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he is going to score. It's a pick-6 and an AFC touchdown.
I have to believe that in a Pro Bowl situation, you know, we talk about these defensive backs during the season, that they're educated gamblers. They take the education out of it. They just go for the football here. Hey, try and make a big play, and if you get one, you really look terrific in this game.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 AFC.
Makes the score. Visitors 7. Our home team, nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. Murray trying again after the pick-6. Rolling to his right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he'll get this back to the 32. Yard line.
AEC takes over 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they run with Harris off the option. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
It's brought in by Harris. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball.
And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. Tyreek Hill there to make the grab. And the AFC is able to widen their advantage. Boswell for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14, our home team, nothing. Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there to make the play defensively. Off the play fake, here's Franks. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Franks looking to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. This is Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They go play action with Franks. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Franks. Flushed out right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and an AFC touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Extra point put through by Boswell, and that makes the score 21-0.
21. Our home team, nothing.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out. To the 25-yard line. The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Franks now. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
Catch is made by Metcalf. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way, because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
Here's a carry for Saquon Barkley and the Giants. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Franks. He'll find Metcalf. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Looking to throw. Franks. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. On 1st and 10, Franks. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
21-0 our score after 1. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Going out wide, finds Chubb.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
On 1st down, Chubb able to get forward for about 4 as he's taken down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And Boswell's kick is good.
Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through, this time in the Pro Bowl.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
And got his man complete. And touchdown. DK Metcalf. An 80-yard touchdown. And the NFC able to get a bit closer. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
At their own 15-yard line.
AFC going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. AFC offense set to take their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play there for the AFC.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's Mahomes to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Mahomes going to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. One thing that we know for sure, do not question the arm strength of Patrick Mahomes, one of the strongest around.
And you'd think on third down they'd just be looking for something right beyond the sticks. And I think they caught the defense flat-footed as a result because they decided they were going to take a shot right there, and it ended up being a big play.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23.
31, our home team, 8.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A give running right is Chubb. And he gets it down to the 32. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say, those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Oh, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's got room. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
Not much there, only a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, the pressure gets home, and the AFC comes up with a sack. Kenneth Murray. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st down, here's Franks. He's got it. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Back to throw. Franks. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown NFC. DK Metcalf with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the NFC able to cut into that lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The offense for the AFC set to go now. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Being chased out left. He's got a first down past the 30 and past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
And oh, a dangerous throw there. Nearly intercepted on the sideline, but it's incomplete.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
There's probably not too much for these coaches to do in terms of X's and O's. But, hey, both these teams are in it to win it. So with that, we'll get you back down for the second half of this year's Pro Bowl. Here's Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The AFC offense set to take their next drive. On first down, Mahomes. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, it's Mahomes. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now here's Mahomes. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the NFC will take over 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Franks. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 45, and they will set up shop. territory at the 42-yard line.
Number 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Throwing now is Mahomes. Dancing to his left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 10.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he cannot get rid of it. The NFC getting in there for the sack. Marcus Davenport drops him for a loss of 10. And it's going to be 4th and long. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Play fake. Murray. Out to his left. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Now Murray off play action. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Third and 2, and here's Murray. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily. I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together?
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Marcus Davenport able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Mahomes now to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he's going to bring this one back for an NFC touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He didn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
They're going to run it with Barkley. And he's going to go down right at the line of scrimmage. The defense left him with nowhere to go, and the try for 2 is denied. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The offense for the AFC set to go now. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up the lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think, at any moment, I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
Handoff comes to Chubb. The corner, Stephon Gilmore, on the stop.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Mahomes firing complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
That's a gain of 7.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
22.
On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big gain there on 3rd and long. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Running the jet sweep with Jones. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
An option handoff given to Harris. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
A 6-yard gain. Brings up 3rd and goal.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. That's swung out wide to Harris. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he is not going to be able to get away as they swarm it for a loss shy of the goal line. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the NFC is going to get the football back. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the 4th quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 13. And he'll bring it back to about the 5-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time.
And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. DJ Chark there to make the grab. And the AFC able to use the short field as they cash in for 6 points. Mahomes will throw for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation.
Well, there's some excitement, right? Go for 2. And instead it gets picked off. And how about the return? Give them a lot of credit, though, for not giving up after the play.
Yeah, the troops rallied.
Exactly. And getting back there, making the tackle, and not giving up 2 points themselves.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Matt Judon in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Murray now. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A big play that time on the catch and run. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Murray. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown. DK Metcalf. 66 yards. And the NFC able to get a bit closer. Crosby connects on the extra point as this gets him back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The AFC offense set to take their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look, Chubb fumbled it. And it's scooped up by the NFC. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
I know when you're looking at...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now Mahomes, and he fends him off. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Meanwhile, Murray's throw into the hands of Andrews. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other. So it's the NFC with the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Flush to his right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Josh Allen in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Back to throw, Murray. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown. DK Metcalf, 66 yards. And the NFC is within a 2-point conversion of tying this thing up. Murray to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their 2nd, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Chubb running right. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 33-yard line.
On the give, this is Harris. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down. So here we go. On now is the kicker, Chris Boswell. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. So, Charles, final thoughts on this AFC victory.
Bottom line, nobody appeared to be seriously hurt. That's the first thing we look for in this game. Well played, a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. I think that everyone's going to go home pretty happy, especially the AFC since they won the game.